What's going on, everybody, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'm traveling and it's honestly being so hard trading consistently and posting videos, but today I have some free time, so I just want to show you what trade I took, what trade I missed, and I want to see if we can prepare for any other trade right now. So I'm looking at Sol. You can see right here, right on the top left. Now it's good for you to know, guys, that I trade using chart prime indicators. They're amazing. I will leave the link in the description if you want to use it. It does help me grow the channel, but if you don't want to use the link, just go type chart prime, and they honestly they sell amazing indicators, and they work great for me. But yeah, let's just jump into the chart. So the trade I took was the one right here on the dynamic reactor. And as you can see, it works perfectly. But the one that I missed that I would have loved to take was the one right here. I had many different opportunities to enter this trade, but it didn't. I was off the chart, and it was, what was 9 in the morning for me, 7 in the morning, right? So it was during the night that it came up here. I was not in the chart. I do sometimes leave a limit order, but I didn't this time. So yeah, it didn't play, but luckily I prepared myself and I put the order right into this area, and I'll show you why. And then I took the trade. I'm 50% on the trade, right? Stop loss to entry right now, and I'm hoping to get it out either here or a little bit lower right here. But that price action will tell us then later. So let me explain you what I was looking for this trade. So if we take all these indicators off, right, it's a little bit bugging my computer, but it's okay. So we can see we shift market structure right here, right? So we took this low right here, we create this low, then we take this low and this important strong low with this one, right? So we know we shifted our trend, right? So what I want to prepare myself is for a retracement and then a continuation, right? This is what I want to prepare myself for. And what I do for that is always using Fibonacci, right? So from the highs of this impulse to the lowest low of this impulse. And as you can see, and I extend it to the right, and it gives me clear levels, right? It gives me the golden pocket area. I can use it, marking it out with a rectangle right here, right? You can find the rectangle over here, brush, right? And then you find the rectangle, or you use the the shortcuts, right? And you mark this out, and then I have the golden pocket. But what I actually had here, it was the golden pocket 786. And the reason for that, so I have also that area, golden pocket 786. Let me just take a look. Exactly, golden pocket 786. The reason why I had this big area, it was because I also had these lows over here with this tiny little order block right here, one here, one here. So I was interested in this general area. What else did I have here? Let me just delete this. I had a few more things here. Now, let me just take a look. We can see with the prime ranges are going higher, so we don't actually can use the prime ranges right here. We added a little bit lower. That's why I said before I was preparing around this area, right around this area. So we add this prime ranges coming out here that always act as a support or resistance. In this case was acting as a resistance because the price is coming from below. And then I had the prime ranges, same thing right here, prime ranges coming here. So we had already two indicators telling us that here would be a nice area for a retracement, plus my golden pocket 786 that we can see we tapped perfectly. We can see we tapped perfectly right here. Can you see that? Right? So, and why did we tap perfectly into that area? Well, if we take a closer look, we had, let me just take this off. We had a fair value gap right here. And as we can see, again, fair value gap in this candle, right? And I mark this out like this. We tap this fair value gap, and because we are in a downtrend, we tap and then we continue to the downside. We are in the 1 hour time frame. So fair value gap. So we had the fair value gap, we had the golden pocket area, we had many indicators coming up here. So this was a clear, strong area for a retracement to then continue down. Now, what I also like to do when using these beautiful indicators is a few things, right? So we can see how the price here is coming down. We have a beautiful reaction on the dynamic reactor, right? We have the dynamic reactor acting as a support, and then we pierce through, come up, and then look at what we have here. This is very important for you to understand, guys. If you don't understand it, please let me know in the comments and I will make a video just about this, but it's very important. So then we see the price breaking through the dynamic reactor simultaneously with the ribbon. This is the ribbon, right? This, let me see, green and red things right here, simultaneously with the ribbon piercing through the zero line. When we have this, then we know that is a clear change of character. So we are from a uptrend to a downtrend. And then in this case, we know the dynamic reactor will start acting as a resistance, right? So we go up here, you can see we come here, but the dynamic reactor is already down. So this is suggesting us that we are about to start a downtrend because we lost all the momentum. We can see here the money flow becomes red, sorry. So we're losing the momentum. Oh, sorry, guys. We're losing the momentum. Therefore, the price gives us a last opportunity. Come here. We could have entered here short, but here I was really not looking for it. So we come back down here, pierce back through up. Now, we can see how we pierce through here in this area. I can mark it out with a vertical line, but we can see that the ribbon here, it's already at his eyes, right? So we didn't have this simultaneously break of the zero line with the dynamic reactor. It's very complicated to understand, but it's also very simple. If probably cannot explain myself very well, but I hope I do. If I don't, let me know in the comments, guys. And then what we have, we are just ranging above this. So here you don't take any trades because you have no idea where the price wants to go. You have no idea. We are above the dynamic reactor, but we know that was not a clear break because we want to see it a clear break with a big candle, big body candle through the dynamic reactor with the ribbon breaking the zero line, the zero line. And where do we have that? Well, we had this trade over here possible, and then we go down, and as we can see, if I mark out here is where it break, look, vertical line. If we go down, we have this simultaneously break of the zero line with the ribbon. So this is suggesting me this is a clear break, so we want to continue to the downside. Let's prepare for a short, right? We trade the trend. So we wait. What do? We wait for the first area of resistance, right? The price is coming from below. Price is coming from below, so the dynamic reactor will act as a resistance. Now, you can take the trade here, but as you can see, we only have the dynamic reactor. We want to find some more confluence. Another thing for you guys to show you that this was a great place for short, we had the overbought here on the dynamic reactor, and you can see we didn't have it anywhere before. So it's a very strong, it was a very good trade. I wasn't on the chart, and when I'm not in the chart, I should work on it. I should trust my analysis, but sometimes I don't. So it's normal, guys. It's completely normal. But yeah, so we had the pierce of the dynamic reactor, retest, clear retest, with a retest also on the zero line. Perfect. And then let's take a look. We have prime ranges are not helping us right now. So what we have, the golden line of the predictive range. It's an amazing, amazing indicators. Usually this works perfectly as a resistance or support. And you can see how it perfectly acts the blue line as a support. The blue line usually acts as a magnet also to the price. So we deviate from the blue line and then we come back to the blue line, right? So Perfect. And now what we are having, so we had this beautiful trade right here. And also, remember, I'm loving the fib. So from this highs of this impulse to this low, this was a clear low, and then extended to the right. We also had the 382. 382 level is a strong continuation level. Strong continuation level, strong downtrend. We bounced. So many things to point us to that they were pointing in this area. Therefore, I took the short. Now, if you look at this area, if you look at this short, you would say that it was a pretty dangerous, right? Because where would you put your stop loss, right? You would enter here, and where would you put your stop loss? You put your stop loss above this highs, and where you target. Well, I target, just for you to know, I target first, my first take profit was at this lows, but I'm still 50% in and targeting these other lows now. So it would be a crazy entry, right? So what I did, I went on the 15 minutes right here, and I can show you how the indicators from chart prime comes handy again. Use the prime ranges right here, and it gives me another clear level. And I place the stop loss. I placed it here. It would have been fine enough to put it above this this high right here, and you can see it maybe better right like this. We probably also had a order block right here or right here, but yeah, I did it like this, and I target, it was like this, and I target first take profit, and then it was actually less the risk reward. Let me just show you guys. It wasn't like this, it was much smaller. Yeah, and you can target down, so this is a much better trade, as you can see. And you target the these lows. Now this is the trade I took. I want to show you now, guys, what we can prepare for, because now the price is finally moving. We had this range. This range, to me, it was suggesting continuation down, right? We continue and then low. Why? Because we want to take these lows. Either if you want to continue high, in my opinion, we want to take these lows, and then eventually we can see this, take these lows, highs, and then we continue down on this continuation of the dynamic reactor. But this thin dynamic reactor is very thin, so this is telling me little volume. Now we can see how the dynamic reactor, the ribbon, it's starting to curve up, right? So we can see something like this. Let me just zoom in for you guys. Well, let's do it like this. We can see how it's curving up right here. We start to see this golden thing right here. This is the oversold area. And the true 7, it's pretty also overextended, right? So it's about to clip with this overbought area, but the money flow, it's still in the red. It does look pretty overextended, but it is in the red. So potentially we can see something like this come down, retrace back up, and then eventually here we can take the trade again for a short, always in confluence with this, right? If the money flow is still in the red, we wait and we take the trade right here. Stop loss must go above this highs and above this golden predictive range, right? So eventually we have this trade and we target for lower, taking the first take profit eventually at this lows and then lower. Or what else we can see? We can see this coming back up, money flow starting to push back up, and we can see something like this, right? Only because the dynamic reactor is getting pretty thin. So this would still take a lot of strength, because we will bounce first on the golden prime range, come back down, we use this highs for strength, and then we push up. So we need to prepare for this. Now I can show you, yeah, the first two trades, right? One could be this one. and continue down. You can see also here, predictive range, golden pocket will give you clear take profit. Or if I want to prepare for a long, I could enter. If we break these highs, right? We break this high, we take these highs, change of character, we wait for the retest where on the dynamic reactor, and we target above. Again, stop loss must go below the low. So if this is the low, then you must be below here. And let's see if we have also another indicator here that can help us. Not really, maybe we have a order block. There you go. So order block right here. And this could be the trade, and then you target for previous highs, right? So let's wait for confirmation. Let's wait for the ribbon also to tell us where it's going to go. Are we piercing through the zero line with simultaneously with the price piercing the dynamic reactor? Well, okay, then we are continuing up. We're changing the trend. Or are we just piercing through the dynamic reactor, but the price is still below, meaning that we are continuing then back down? Well, we need to wait and see. For now, I will just wait, sit on my hands and not do anything. I'll just wait for the price to tell me what to do. Now, if this video was helpful, please like this video and comment whatever you need to see in the next video, if you want to see other token or whatever. And yeah, that was it. See you in the next one.